Before we go any further, pause with me for a moment. Right now, people from different parts of the world are watching this exact message. Different countries, different lives, different stories, yet the same heaviness in the heart. So, I want you to do something simple. Tell me in the comments, which country are you watching from, and what time is it there right now? Because this matters. Some of you are watching this late at night, when the world is quiet, and your thoughts are loud. Some of you are watching early in the morning, already tired, before the day has even started. Some of you are watching in the middle of the day, surrounded by people, yet feeling completely alone inside. And listen carefully. The fact that people from different countries, at different times, are feeling the same restlessness is not a coincidence. Allah does not gather hearts randomly. If this message found you at this exact hour in your country, it means something in your life needed divine clarity now, not later. So don't rush. Don't treat this like background noise, because what you're feeling is not random emotion. It is Allah preparing you to understand why certain things were removed, delayed, or disturbed. Stay with me. Later in this message, I will explain why Allah makes hearts restless, right before He protects them completely. Most people misunderstand this sign and ignore it. Don't be one of them. Sometimes Allah protects you in ways that are so quiet, you mistake them for confusion. You think something is wrong with you. You think you are overthinking. You think your heart has changed for no reason. But hearts do not change without permission. Allah does not shout when He protects. He whispers. And the first whisper often sounds like discomfort. You wake up one day and nothing has changed. Yet nothing feels the same. The place looks familiar. The faces look familiar. The routine continues exactly as before, but your heart no longer feels at home. You sit there longer than you used to, trying to feel the same peace again, trying to remember what once made you smile there, but it doesn't return. You tell yourself, maybe I'm tired, maybe I'm ungrateful, maybe I just need to be patient. So you stay, but your heart keeps tightening. You feel heavy for no clear reason. You feel restless without danger. You feel drained even when nothing difficult happened. And the most confusing part is this. You cannot explain it to anyone, because how do you explain that something feels wrong when nothing looks wrong? People around you say, "What's the problem? You have everything. You should be happy." So you start doubting yourself. But Allah knows the truth. He knows what your eyes cannot see yet. He knows what your heart would be exposed to if you stayed too long. So He begins with mercy. Not removal, not loss, not pain, but discomfort. Allah slowly removes peace, the same way a doctor slowly numbs an area before removing something harmful, because sudden pain would shock you. Sudden removal would break you. So Allah prepares your heart first. You notice that your chest feels tight when you enter certain places. You notice your energy dropping around certain people. You notice your soul feeling tired, doing things you once enjoyed. This is not random. This is Allah saying, this is no longer safe for you. But He says it gently. Because if Allah removed you immediately, you would chase what He removed. You would beg for it back. You would swear you could handle it. You would promise you would change. And Allah knows your heart is too attached right now. So He loosens the attachment, day by day, feeling by feeling, moment by moment, until your heart starts pulling away on its own. You stop laughing the same way. You stop feeling excited. You start feeling tired before you even arrive. And you don't know why. This is protection, because Allah never allows His servant to stay comfortable in something that is quietly destroying them. Comfort in harm is not mercy. Silence in danger is not love. So Allah disturbs the comfort, not to hurt you, but to wake you up. And sometimes the hardest part is not leaving. It is realizing you no longer belong there. That realization hurts, because your mind still remembers the good. Your heart still remembers the warmth. Your memories argue with your feelings. You say, but it wasn't always like this. But there were good moments. But I invested so much here. Allah knows. But Allah also knows what it would cost you to stay longer. So He removes peace first, so the leaving does not destroy you. This is how Allah saves you, without shattering your heart. You begin to feel disconnected, not angry, not hateful, just distant. You try to force yourself to feel normal again, but it doesn't work, because Allah does not remove peace by accident. When peace leaves, it leaves with purpose. And the reason Allah does it this way is because He respects your heart. He does not drag you. He guides you. He allows you to feel that something is wrong before He makes you move. And when you finally leave, people think you gave up. They don't know. Allah prepared your heart for months before that moment. They don't know. You were being protected long before you walked away. And even when you stay longer than you should, Allah does not abandon you. He increases the discomfort, not to punish you, but because your heart did not listen the first time. So He whispers again and again, until one day you can no longer ignore it. Your soul feels suffocated. Your heart feels heavy. Your peace feels gone. And suddenly you understand, this place did not change. You were being saved. Sometimes Allah protects you by creating distance before you understand why it is needed. Things don't end with noise. There is no big fight, no clear betrayal, no obvious reason. It just separates. One day, the closeness fades. The connection weakens. The bond doesn't feel the same. And you sit there confused. You ask yourself, did I do something wrong? Why does this feel different now? Why does it feel like something is pulling us apart? You try harder. You give more. You hold on tighter. But the distance keeps growing. This is one of the hardest forms of protection to accept. Because when Allah removes someone loudly, it's easy to walk away. But when Allah removes someone quietly, your heart keeps asking questions. Allah knows this. And still, He allows the separation. Because some harm does not arrive suddenly. It arrives slowly. Some people don't break you in one moment. They drain you over time. They smile while weakening you. They stay while slowly changing you. They feel safe at first, but dangerous later. So Allah does not wait until the damage becomes permanent. He steps in early. He changes the tone of the relationship. He cools the warmth. He creates misunderstandings. He places silence where words once flowed easily, not to hurt you, but to protect you. Because if Allah let everything stay smooth, you would stay, even when your soul was being damaged. So Allah creates distance before your heart is wounded deeply. You don't see the future arguments. You don't see the manipulation forming. You don't see the pain that would have arrived years later. Allah sees all of it. And when Allah loves a servant, He does not let harm reach their core. So he separates them early. And this separation hurts in a very specific way. It makes you doubt yourself. You replay conversations. You question your worth. You wonder if you imagined the closeness. You say, maybe I'm too sensitive. Maybe I should be more patient. Maybe I should try again. But Allah keeps the distance firm. No matter how much you try, it doesn't return to what it was. And that is the sign. Because when Allah removes someone from your life, He removes peace from trying to keep them. You feel tired after conversations. You feel empty after meetings. You feel heavy instead of fulfilled. That heaviness is protection. Some people are tests, but some people are dangers, and Allah knows the difference. Not everyone who smiles at you is safe for your soul. Not everyone who stays close is meant to walk far with you. So Allah separates, not because you were weak, not because you failed, not because you were not enough, but because staying would have cost you something you cannot afford to lose. Your iman, your self-respect, your emotional health, your peace with Allah. And the hardest part? Allah does not explain this immediately. He lets you grieve. He lets you feel confused. He lets you sit in the silence. Because understanding comes later, much later. Only after you are safe. Only after you look back and realize what kind of pain never reached you. Only after you notice how calm your heart became once the distance settled. At first, the separation feels like loss. But one day, it feels like relief. And that is when you understand. Allah removed them before they could break you, in ways you would never recover from. Allah separated you before your soul was scarred. Allah protected you by ending something early. And even now, if you are still questioning why someone drifted away, why closeness faded, why things changed without explanation, trust this. Allah does not remove people randomly. If someone left without closure, Allah closed it for you. If someone drifted away quietly, Allah pulled them away gently. And if the distance still hurts, it is only because the wound is fresh. The protection is already working. Sometimes Allah protects you by making you wait. And waiting is one of the hardest things for the heart. You make dua with sincerity. You ask with tears. You beg in sujud. And nothing happens. Days pass. Weeks pass. Months pass. And your heart starts asking questions it never wanted to ask. Did Allah hear me? Did I do something wrong? Why is everyone else moving forward while I am stuck? This is where many people lose hope. But this is also where Allah is doing His deepest protection. Because not everything you want is safe for you right now. Allah does not delay because He is unaware. He delays because He sees the full weight of what you are asking for. Some blessings are heavy. Some doors change everything. Some answers reshape your entire life. And if Allah gave them to you too early, they would break you instead of building you. So Allah slows time, not to hurt you, not to test your patience just to see you suffer, but to protect you from becoming someone your soul is not ready to be yet. You see, the heart thinks in moments. Allah thinks in destinies. You see today's desire. Allah sees tomorrow's consequences. So, He waits. And that waiting feels painful, because waiting makes you feel forgotten. Waiting makes you feel small. Waiting makes you feel invisible. You watch others receive what you asked for. You watch doors open for people who didn't beg like you did. You watch life move while you stand still. And your heart says, why them and not me? Allah hears that pain. But he also knows something you don't. If he gave you what you want now, you would lose something more important later: your humility, your closeness to him, your patience, your dependence on Allah. Some gifts pull the heart away from Allah if they come too early. So Allah delays them until your heart is strong enough to hold the blessing without losing him. That delay you hate? It is protecting your iman. It is teaching your heart to trust Allah, even when nothing makes sense. It is removing arrogance you didn't know was growing. It is softening parts of you that would have hardened with success. And Allah knows, if he answered everything immediately, you would stop calling him the same way. You would stop crying in sujood. You would stop whispering to him at night. You would stop leaning on him so deeply. So he delays, and while you wait, it reshapes you. You think nothing is happening, but inside, everything is changing. Your patience is growing. Your understanding is deepening. Your heart is being cleaned of expectations from people. You are learning how to sit with Allah, even when life feels empty. And that is a protection you will only understand later. Because when the answer finally comes, you will be able to handle it. It won't destroy your peace. It won't make you forget Allah. It won't turn into arrogance or fear. It will arrive gently because you are finally ready. But if Allah rushed it, you would have broken under its weight. This is why delays hurt so much. They are shaping you in silence. They are training your heart to trust without proof. They are teaching you to believe without seeing. And that kind of faith cannot be built quickly. So, if you are still waiting and your heart feels tired and you feel like nothing is moving, do not assume Allah has ignored you. He is protecting you from receiving something before you are ready to carry it. Sometimes Allah protects you by taking away something your heart held too tightly. At first, you don't understand why it hurts so much. You think the pain means the thing was special. You think the tears mean it was meant to last. But Allah looks deeper than your emotions. He looks at where your heart was leaning. There are moments when the heart slowly shifts. Without realizing it, you begin to rely on something created for comfort, security, happiness, or meaning. A person becomes your safe place. A dream becomes your purpose. A future becomes your hope. And Allah sees this before you do. Not because loving is wrong, not because dreams are bad, but because when something starts to replace Allah in the heart, it becomes dangerous. The heart was never created to carry that much weight for anyone or anything. So Allah intervenes, not suddenly at first, not harshly. He allows small cracks to appear, disappointments, distance, moments where what once filled you no longer does. But you hold tighter. You say, if I try harder, it will work. If I hold on longer, it will return. If I give more, I won't lose it. And Allah watches patiently until the heart is holding something that is holding it back from Allah. Then Allah removes it. And that removal feels unbearable because it's not just the thing that leaves. It's the identity attached to it, the future you imagined, the version of yourself you built around it. That is why it feels like your heart shattered. But Allah did not remove it to punish you. He removed it to return your heart to Him, because Allah will never share the deepest place in your heart with something temporary. Not because He is jealous, but because He knows what happens when temporary things sit there. They leave, and when they do, they take pieces of you with them. So Allah removes them early, before they hollow you out, before they break your faith, before they make you forget Allah completely. At first, the pain feels unfair. You ask, why would Allah take this from me? I didn't do anything wrong. I loved sincerely. Allah knows you did, but Allah also knows. Your heart was starting to depend instead of trust. And dependence on creation always leads to heartbreak. So Allah teaches you a painful lesson. He shows you what it feels like when the heart leans on something that cannot stay, not to shame you, not to hurt you, but to teach you where true safety is. The pain forces your heart to turn back to Allah. The emptiness pushes you into dua. The silence brings you closer to Him. And slowly, something changes. You start to breathe again. You start to feel lighter. You start to realize how heavy your heart was before. That thing didn't just leave. It was lifted. Lifted so your heart could rise again. And one day, you look back and understand. If Allah had not removed it, you would have lost yourself. Your prayers would have weakened. Your trust in Allah would have faded. Your heart would have been tied to something that could not protect you. So Allah protected you by breaking the attachment, not because He wanted to hurt you, but because He wanted to save your faith. If you are hurting right now, because something you love deeply is gone, know this: Allah only removes what your heart was not meant to carry forever, and He never leaves your heart empty. He fills it with something stronger, Himself. Sometimes Allah protects you by allowing pain to stay longer than you expected, not because He enjoys seeing you hurt, not because He ignored your tears, not because He forgot your duas, but because that pain is doing a job. There are pains that heal, and there are pains that guard. This kind of pain is not meant to destroy you. It is meant to stop you from going back, stop you from repeating the same mistake, stop you from reopening a door Allah already closed for your safety. At first, you think the pain is the problem. You ask Allah, why does this still hurt? Why haven't I healed yet? Why do I still feel this ache? But Allah knows something you don't. If the pain left too soon, you would return. You would go back to the same place. You would reopen the same connection. You would trust the same situation again. So Allah leaves the pain like a fence around your heart. Every time you think of going back, the pain reminds you why you shouldn't. Every time nostalgia pulls you, the ache brings you back to reality. This pain is not an enemy. It is a guard. It stands between you and what once harmed you. And this is hard to accept, because pain feels cruel. But imagine if Allah healed you completely, while leaving the danger untouched. You would walk straight back into it. So Allah does something wiser. He allows the pain to stay, until your heart no longer desires what hurt it. The pain slowly changes you. At first, it screams. Then, it softens. Then, it teaches. You start understanding things you ignored before. You start seeing patterns you once defended. You start noticing red flags you once called love. This is not bitterness. This is clarity. And clarity is protection. Sometimes, Allah allows pain so your heart matures, so you don't fall for the same trap again, so you don't confuse comfort with safety, so you don't mistake attention for love. That pain sharpens your awareness. It teaches you where your limits are. It teaches you what you deserve. It teaches you when to walk away. And slowly, without you realizing, you become stronger, not harder, not colder, just wiser. The pain also does something else. It pushes you closer to Allah. When you are hurt, you talk to Him more honestly. You cry without pretending. You pray without fancy words. Your heart becomes real with Allah, and that connection is more valuable than anything you lost. If Allah healed you instantly, you might never have come this close to Him. So Allah allows the pain to keep you near, to keep you humble, to keep you aware, to keep you protected. And one day you wake up, and the pain is quieter, not gone yet, but softer. You realize you can breathe again. You realize you don't miss what hurt you the same way. You realize you are no longer tempted to return. That is when Allah begins to heal you fully. Not when the pain ends, but when the lesson is complete. If you are still hurting right now, do not rush your healing. Do not shame yourself for feeling weak. Do not think Allah has abandoned you. This pain is standing watch over your heart. It is stopping you from reopening wounds that would bleed deeper next time. It is keeping you from trusting blindly again. It is protecting your future self. Allah does not allow pain without purpose. If it is still there, it is still needed. And when it has finished its work, Allah will remove it gently. Until then, trust this. The pain you feel is not proof of punishment. It is proof that Allah is guarding you from harm you cannot yet see. Sometimes Allah protects you in a way that makes no sense at all, until much later. Right now, you only see confusion. You only feel loss. You only feel questions with no answers. You look at what happened and think, this didn't have to be this way. Why did Allah allow this? What was the reason? And the hardest part is this: you may never get an explanation now. Allah does not always explain His protection immediately, because if He did, you wouldn't grow. You wouldn't learn trust. You wouldn't learn surrender. You wouldn't learn how to walk with Allah when nothing is clear. So Allah allows you to not understand. He allows you to sit with unanswered questions. He allows your heart to feel confused. He allows you to doubt the moment without doubting Him. This is very difficult for the heart, because the heart wants clarity before peace. But Allah gives peace before clarity. Right now, you think you lost something important, but Allah sees what you were saved from. You think a door closed unfairly, but Allah sees the room behind that door that would have suffocated your soul. You think the delay ruined your plans, but Allah sees how those plans would have ruined you. You cannot see that yet, and Allah knows that. So He asks you to trust Him before you understand Him. That is one of the highest forms of faith. There will come a time, maybe months later, maybe years later, when something happens, a conversation, a realization, a moment of clarity, and suddenly your heart stops. You say quietly, "Oh, that's why." You realize what could have happened. You realize the pain you avoided. You realize the version of yourself that never had to exist. And in that moment, you thank Allah for something you once cried over. This is how Allah's protection works. It hides itself until you are ready to see it. Because if Allah showed you everything too early, you would be overwhelmed. So He protects you first and explains later. Sometimes He never explains fully in this life. Sometimes the full wisdom is saved for the next. And that is okay, because Allah does not need you to understand everything to be safe. He only needs you to trust Him. Right now, you might still feel broken. You might still feel unsure. You might still feel like your life doesn't make sense. But even in this confusion, Allah is guiding you. Even in this silence, Allah is guarding you. Even in this pain, Allah is shaping a future that will one day make you grateful for what didn't work out. If Allah had abandoned you, He would have left you comfortable in harm. If Allah had turned away from you, He would have let you walk blindly into danger. But He didn't. He intervened, quietly, gently, painfully. And one day, when your heart is stronger, when your faith is deeper, when your soul is calmer, you will look back and realize Allah never stopped protecting you. You just couldn't see it yet. If you are still here, this is not an accident. Many people felt this message, but only some stayed long enough to understand it. And that alone tells you something. Allah does not reveal clarity to a distracted heart. He reveals it to a patient one. Everything you heard today was not meant to scare you. It was meant to explain something your heart already felt. That restlessness you couldn't name. That peace that quietly left. That separation you didn't understand. That delay that exhausted you. That pain that stayed longer than expected. It was never random. Allah was protecting you. Long before you started questioning Him, He removed peace. Before something broke you, He created distance. Before harm reached your soul, He delayed answers. Before you were crushed by their weight, He allowed pain, so you wouldn't return to what almost destroyed you. And He stayed silent, because trust grows in silence. If you commented your country and time earlier, remember this moment. From different places, different lives, different hours, Allah gathered hearts around the same message. That is not coincidence. That is guidance. So don't rush back into noise. Don't force what Allah removed. Don't chase what He pulled you away from. What left was never meant to finish the journey with you. What delayed was being prepared to meet a stronger version of you. And what hurt was guarding you from pain you never had to experience. If your heart feels calmer now, that is your sign. Allah wanted you to hear this. Before you go, take a moment and whisper this to Allah. Ya Allah, I trust you, even when I don't understand you. And if this message reached you, stay close, because Allah is not done protecting you yet.